It's okay to fall short, right? It's okay to fail, right? There's this agenda being pushed of working as hard as you can every single day, right? And just not caring about your body and not caring about your physical health and your mental health. It's okay to work hard every day, but when you are pushing yourself to the point where you feel burnt out, that's when you need to take a step back and analyze yourself. Understand that you're not going to win all of your battles. There's some battles that you may lose, right? It's okay to fall short. It's okay to fail. But at the same time, don't let those failures and don't let those losses hold you back. Don't dwell on those failures. Don't dwell on those losses, right? The greatest boxers in the world, the greatest basketball players in the world, they have lost games, they have lost fights. But the reason why they're the greatest is because of the fact that they kept on going, right? What matters is not winning. Winning does not matter. What matters is if you can keep going, right? What matters is the fact that you're able to keep taking punches and you're able to keep taking hits and you're still getting back up and you're still fighting. That's what life is about. Life isn't all about winning, right? And I feel like a lot of people on social media be trying to push that agenda into making people think that if you're not, making $10,000 a month, you're doing something wrong, right? Because of the fact that we have technology, we have social media, we got phones, we got this and that, and I get it, right? But at the same time, don't judge others, right? Just because somebody's making more money than you doesn't mean that they're better than you. You know what I'm saying? That just means that they have different methods of going about their own individual lives, but that doesn't mean that they are better than you. A lot of people like to fall into this mindset of being better than other people when that's not really important. What's important is being better than who you were yesterday, right? That's what's most important, right? Compounding your money, right? Compounding your skills, right? And what does compounding mean? It means each and every step that you're making, you know what I'm saying, positive or negative, the more you keep making that step, you know what I'm saying, the more it's going to affect your life, right? For example, if you're investing $1 into the stock market, the more that you invest the money into it, the more the interest rate is going to increase your money, right? And it's going to add up over time. That's what compounding is, right? Learn how to build resilience as a man. It's very important that you become more resilient within your life, right? It's important that you understand that you're going to take losses and that you're going to lose things and that you're going to lose people. But at the same time, none of that really matters because everything in life is temporary. You're bound to lose something, right? But at the same time, if you keep working on your craft, if you keep working on yourself, right? If you keep working on your studies, if you keep working on getting closer to God, you're bound to win as well, right? The more that you work hard, the more that you just put in the pain every single day of your life, you're going to get closer and closer and closer to achieving that objective that you want to achieve, right? What you got to do is put in the work. You don't really have to do things that are extraordinary, right? All you really got to do is just do the simple things each and every day, right? Just being consistent in what you're doing is more important than just being flashy throughout your life, right? Buying clothes that you don't really need, buying nice supercars that you don't really need, right? Flexing your money online, you know what I'm saying? Just being flashy throughout your life, that's not really important, right? And a lot of young men fall into that habit, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing financial literacy, but knowing how to get the next new pair of Jordans. That next new pair of Jordans isn't going to help you save your life when you're in the hospital, right? And you need money to, you know what I'm saying, do surgery. Those pair of Jordans isn't going to help you, bro. What's going to help you is you knowing how to invest your money, you knowing how to save your money, right? It's just the simple things that you need to learn about throughout your life that's going to help you in the long run, right? But so many people out there are so, just attached to social media, what I'm saying? Attached to glorifying success, right? Don't glorify success. The only thing you need to glorify is God, right? Get closer to God as much as possible. Life is all about humbling yourself and understand that you are human, you know what I'm saying? So there's going to be times where you're going to be high, and there's going to be times where you're going to be low. That's just the way it is. At the same time, do not dwell on those low moments too much. Right? Don't let it hold you back. The devil likes to make you feel like you can't recover. Right? He likes to make you feel like you can't get out of the spot that you're in right now. And when you start feeling like, you've given up, you start getting comfortable. And that's what's happening to a lot of men, right? Some of these men out here, they're not making a lot of money, right? They're not helping their family financially, right? And get into this mindset of, I can't really help myself, and this is it. And they just get comfortable staying there, right? And the more you get comfortable as a man, the more it's gonna hurt you in the long run, right? The greatest, most successful people in the world, they had to do things that made them extremely uncomfortable, right? Like waking up early in the morning, like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., doing the workout at 6 a.m., you know what I'm saying? Taking cold showers. They have a certain routine that they follow each and every day that helps make them become successful, right? And notice how majority of the time their routine never changes, right? The hardest part isn't doing what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? The hardest part isn't, doing the workouts at the gym or studying, but it's getting up each and every day to do it, right? And to just do it for a long period of time. That is the hardest part. A lot of these people make New Year resolutions, right? And they start going to the gym. And then as soon as it hits like the middle of January, they just stop going, right? Because they think that if next year comes by and they just make a goal out of nowhere, all of a sudden they're just going to stick to that goal. It takes time to stick to something. It takes time to really stick to a routine, right? And you have to understand that if you just make a routine out of nowhere, you are probably going to fall short, right? But don't be that person that does fall short and doesn't try to get themselves back into that routine, right? It is not all about being successful. Like I said, it's about being consistent in what you're doing. When you are consistent with what you are doing, that's when you become successful. When you are consistent with making money, when you are consistent with going to the gym, when you are consistent with doing your homework for college, right? Studying for your degree, that's when you become successful, right? Yes, it's important that you pass those tests at college. Yes, it's important that you get stronger in the gym by increasing your weight. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's important that when you speak to God, you say specific words. But what's more important is that you get up each and every day and you do it on a daily basis, right? The routine, doing the routine itself is not hard, but getting up to do it is the hardest part. When you're feeling tired, you know what I'm saying? When you're feeling lazy, when you're procrastinating. The devil likes to make people procrastinate. The devil likes to make us men lazy. God, throughout the Bible, has told us over and over and over again that if you work hard, you will be rewarded, right? And that's why a lot of men are being lazy, you know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that they are letting the enemy get into their head. Understand that a man of God can just simply be a hard worker, right? That's the number one thing that stands you out from a man to being a man of God. Working hard, right? Put in the work, bro. Don't procrastinate. You know what I'm saying? You know what you have to do. All you have to do is just be consistent in what you're doing. With that being said, I'm going. Peace.